Hi guys, it's Afro Pets here. I'm down to one leopard gecko. I had to get rid of one of my geckos, but I will be getting another one on Sunday, the 12th of April, which is tomorrow. But for people who are watching the video later, and I will be picking her up from Torrington. So, I'll be doing another vid on preparing for your reptile or reptiles. This video will be talking about the viv or the terrarium that you will need. Okay, so I'll show you mine. It's changed a bit since last time because I've changed a few bits around and added like moist hides and stuff like that. So yeah, here it is now. So yeah, this is my viv. There's a moist hide there. Most people use tubs, but you can get a more natural decor if you want. That's a moist hide, and that's a cool hide, and that's like one in the middle that my gecko hunter usually goes in. I don't know if you can see her in there. You can just see her yellow head and the green one. You can just see her there. So yeah, this is for 2 geckos. So I've got a 60 by, I think it's 60 by 45 by 60 again, I think. I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, I think it's 60 length, 45 in depth, I think depth, yeah. And then another 60 in height. So yeah, that's for 2 geckos. You can get bigger, but in the wild they don't really move around a lot. They'll stick their head out and normally wait for crickets and that to go by instead of going out and hunting for food. So they don't need a lot of space, and they like quite rocky areas and lots of stuff to climb over. So you can get bigger ones. Just make sure that they don't get lost, because apparently sometimes they can get lost. Don't really know how that happens though. So yeah, this is the right size tank for 2 geckos. Yeah, and obviously I'll be getting mine other one tomorrow. So yeah, there she is. So yeah, that's the viv that you want. If you are getting a terrarium, you'll probably I'm just going to flip the camera. So yeah, if you would like to get a terrarium, then there are lots of terrariums out there. There's like Exoterra, which are really good make, and I was going to get one the other day. And they're a really good make. Or I don't know what other terrariums are out there. They're the only ones I know, but I know Exoterra are very good, and lots of people will recommend them. So yeah, and terrarium, it's almost basically the same setup that you need for vivarium. The only difference is that it's made out of glass. So you want around the same setup. And remember, they do live in like rocky / jungly, sandy areas, and so there's not a lot of open space. So people sometimes put 1 or 2 hides in. They need lots of hides and lots of places to climb and that, otherwise they'll just get bored. And you need to think about that. So also with terrarium, you can get special stick-on heat mats. That's perfectly fine. And some people say, why is my gecko throwing up? I've seen that on the internet a lot. If you do not have a heat mat at the bottom or at one of the sides. So if you don't have a hot side and a cold side, then they will start throwing up because of the heat regulations. They need a place where they can go and cool down and a place where they can go and warm up. So if, like with my setup, I'll just turn the camera again. Yeah, if with my setup, you have, if I had my light in the same place and my heat mat over there, over this side, my gecko could become unwell because there would be nowhere to escape the heat, and that means that they can start being sick and they can get unwell. So yeah, I'll flip the camera back again. So yeah, also guys, there is like paper towels and stuff like that. Paper towels, yeah, they're fine. They're like the simple, cheap option. Then there's sand. Sand, there are people who say yes and people who say no. The people who say yes, like they're not wrong and you're not right, because some geckos will be fine with sand and they'll have no problems at all with it, and other geckos won't be so lucky and can become very ill, like impaction, and obviously if it gets worse and worse, won't be with you for very much longer. But it's just if you want to take that risk or not. There's also another alternative which I use, which you saw in the Viv, is Eco Earth. Eco Earth is good because if they do swallow a bit, it is easier to digest than sand, and also it keeps the humidity in, unlike paper towels. So it's a really good alternative, and it's really easy to use. You just add some water, and you can put it in and expand a bit, and then you can pull it in the Viv and spray it every so often just to keep that humidity up. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I hope it benefited you. I'll be doing obviously more videos in this series and creating other series as well. So yeah, this is preparing for your reptiles, choosing your Viv #2. Alright guys, that's it from me.